Good morning, friends. We're gonna do this weekend vlog over 3 days because I'm doing a recipe today that I hope is gonna come out wonderful, and I want to share it with you. They are individual mini apple cheesecakes. They're for pinochle tonight. They look really good, and I'm hoping they turn out well. We'll see. I also want to share the start of Adam's big run this weekend with you and stuff like that. So we're gonna start this weekend vlog on a Friday. I do have babies today, so all this baking is gonna be between nap time, but Doug is here, he is off, so that'll be a big help. Let's get this day started. Okay, babies are down for a nap. I need to get started on pinochle dessert, and I wanted to share it with you because if it comes out, I think it's gonna be really, really good. If it doesn't come out, well, it's happened before, hasn't it? So we are making, what is it called? The recipe is omgchocolatedesserts.com, and they're called apple crisp mini cheesecakes. They're like 4 layers. So they look really good. So I'm going to turn you around. Now, you're supposed to do them in cupcake liners. I'm doing them in 2 different cupcake liners because I want to see which one turns out better. This is not something I can make for the bakery because it is a temperature controlled item. And when you have a cottage license, it's in New Jersey. I think it's universal though. You're not allowed to do anything with cream cheese, like no cheesecakes, things like that. No fresh fruit. Now this isn't fresh. This is, the apples are baked in there, but like I'm not allowed to do chocolate covered strawberries or chocolate covered fruit or anything like that. Nothing with cream cheese and that kind of stuff. So can't do these for the bakery, but I can do them for other things. So anyway, I'm going to turn you around, show you what we're doing, get started while those guys are napping. I will probably end up voicing this over because Doug is working on fixing the front door and I'm afraid it might get noisy. So the first thing we're going to make is the graham cracker crust. So you need 3/4 cup of graham cracker crumbs. Just you can either buy them in the store, but they're full of like a bunch of crap ingredients. Or just take your favorite nice graham crackers and blitz them in the food processor, the blender, or whatever. Let's see if I can get you a better angle here. Ooh. And then to that, we're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then we're gonna add in 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And we are just gonna mix these with a fork. Until all the graham cracker crumbs are moistened. Once you have those mixed, we're going to put about 2 tablespoons into each cupcake liner. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our 2 tablespoons of graham cracker crumbs. It says almost 2 tablespoons is what the recipe says. And then we're going to press it down. Now, I have this handy dandy little presser tool. You do not need this. You can use the back of your measuring spoon or whatever, but I have this. It was like dirt cheap and it works great, but you don't have to have it. So we're just going to do this to all of, oops, try not to crush your cup like I just did. We're going to get all these liners filled. And like I said, I'm using 2 different ones because I want to see what works best. The thing I like about the tulip liners, these ones, is you don't have to peel them. They just like kind of open up. So you really don't lose any of your cupcake or muffin or anything. And I think they're really pretty. Okay. Let's do one of those. And then I'll go finish these up. And then we'll get started on the next part. Once you get all of these done, you put this in the fridge to help them set. There we go. Okay, the next thing we're going to make is the crumb topping. We have 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of light brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup of oats. Now it calls for quick cooking oats. I don't have those. I'm using old fashioned. It should be fine. And then 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm going to give that a good mix. And we are going to add in 2½ tablespoons of melted butter. And we are going to mix that until it's all moistened and crumbly. Once you have it mixed and everything is incorporated and all the flour and the sugar are moistened, we're going to toss this in the fridge to keep it cold. And we're going to move on to our next step, which is the apple filling, I believe. There we go. Let's get that in the fridge. Okay, we're going to start on the cheesecake filling part. I have 10 ounces of cream cheese that's softened. And then we're going to do 6 tablespoons of sugar, which is 1/3 of a cup plus a tablespoon. We're going to do 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. You know I never measure. That was kind of a measurement. Then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of all-purpose flour. And then 1 egg. We are going to mix this with an electric mixer until it is nice and smooth. Okay, that looks good. We are just going to set this aside and work on our apple layer. Okay, for our apple filling, I have 2 medium apples peeled and finely chopped. And to that, I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And just toss that together. That just is going to help prevent our apples from browning. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar. We're going to add 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. And we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then we're going to add 1½ teaspoons of either cornstarch or arrowroot powder, whatever you prefer to use. And then we are just going to mix that together. Whoops. It is finally time to assemble our cheesecakes. I have my cheesecake filling here, And we are gonna fill this 2/3 of the way full. Once we have the cheesecake mixture in, we're gonna take our apple mixture and put that on top of the cheesecake mixture, and we're gonna push it down into the cheesecake mixture just a little bit so it bakes into it and doesn't all fall off. I was just eyeballing it. It's probably about a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half. Just do it, go back and fill in where you need to if you have extra left. Once we get all the apples in and pressed down, we're gonna put on our crumb topping. The crumb topping seemed a little bit dry, so next time, I don't know, maybe I would add a little bit more butter or add melted butter instead of cubed. I'm not sure. It did stay on the apples fine in the end. It just seemed a little dry going in. But we're just gonna put that on evenly. These are going to go into the oven for 28 to 30 minutes. Okay, here they are out of the oven. They look beautiful. They smell delicious. I don't like the crumb topping. It's too crummy. It either needs more butter or something because it just falls off. I like a wetter crumb topping so it stays on. But these have to chill for or cool for 30 minutes here, and then we take them out and put them in the fridge. So at some point I will show you what they look like out of the wrapper. Okie dokie, they were in the fridge for a while, and Doug and I decided to try one because I am taking them somewhere tonight, and oh, they are delicious. Very good. They were pretty easy to make, and yep, definitely a keeper. So we will take these with us tonight and enjoy them at Pinochle, and we'll keep this one here for one of the boys to finish up. Oh my goodness, what a day. I forget how hard it is in the beginning, especially when you have new babies. Oh my gosh. Leo's adorable, but he's not a sleeper. And he doesn't like noise. Yeah, so it was a little rough. But everybody's gone. They've been gone for a while. Doug was laying down napping, so I actually kind of laid down with him. But now I got to get moving. We need to feed the chickens, water the chickens, and something else. Oh, de-baby the house for the weekend. And Adam is almost home. He's starting his run tonight, that fundraiser he's doing, the 4x4x48. Yeah, so he will be starting that at 5 o'clock tonight with the first 4 miles. 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 straight. So he'll be running 48 miles over the next 48 hours total. God bless him. God bless him. So anyway, let me go get these chickens watered. It's starting to spit a little bit, so I want to get everything put away and get moving. And here he goes. The first 4 miles of 48. Okay, the desserts I made for Pinochle, the apple crisp cheesecake things, they tell you to put a caramel drizzle over the top before you serve it. So that is what I'm making right now. I'm making the caramel sauce. I should have made this earlier, but it was a crazy day. Oh my goodness. I'm getting too old for this, let me tell you. I'm just gonna cut this butter up so it melts a little quicker for me. If you've never made caramel sauce, it is super easy. It is 3 ingredients. It's butter, brown sugar, and heavy cream. That is it. I know, it sounds very decadent, and it is. It's caramel sauce. But a little goes a long way, honestly. You only need a little tiny drizzle to make it delicious. I probably should have halved this because I don't think I'll, but it keeps for about a month in the fridge. So with fall coming, I'm sure we will be using some caramel somewhere along the way. So first thing we need to do is melt the butter. It's almost all the way melted. Okay, wait for those little chunks to melt. Okay, all melted. So now I'm going to add in my brown sugar and my heavy cream. And we are going to stir, whisk, whatever it is we're going to do to it until all the sugar is dissolved. And then we're going to stir continuously until it comes up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, we are going to let it boil for 3 minutes. That is it, 3 minutes, stirring constantly. And then it's done. We're going to remove it from the heat, let it cool to room temperature, and then store it just in like an airtight jar, like a mason jar or whatever kind of jar you have. You can see it's already getting that beautiful caramel color. So I'm just going to keep stirring this until it starts to boil, until all that butter is incorporated in. And I'll show you what it looks like when it starts to boil. Okay, we are starting to get a boil. So we are going to time that for 3 minutes, and I'm just going to stir it constantly. There it is, all done. It looks beautiful, beautiful. So I'm just gonna let this cool in the pot for just like 5 minutes and then put it in a jar and let it cool all the way. It does thicken a bit as it cools. And once you refrigerate it, it'll get really thick. You can just reheat it either in a pan or in the microwave. It looks like there's butter sitting on top, but it's just the light reflecting. You can just put it in the microwave or in a pan to reheat it and make it saucy again. So that's it. That's how easy it is to make caramel. Okay, first 4 are done.
Only 44 more to go.
Only 44 more to go. How you feeling?
First one's the easiest.
Yep. He's got his Travis Manion Foundation shirt on.
I will not be wearing this the entire time. I am not that gross.
Sure you are.
I will
Turn
shower.
around.
I will shower every 3 runs.
If not me, then who? That's the motto. Good job. Good morning, my friends. Up and at 'em on Saturday morning. Up and at them, not up and at them.
Yeah. I was gonna make that joke.
Yes. Doug is out at the butt crack of dawn for Bible study. And then he has to go to Home Depot and buy some parts. I'll explain that in a minute. This little guy has done 16 miles, so 4 of his runs. If you're unaware, Adam is doing a fundraising event this weekend. He is doing a 4x4x48. He is running 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours straight. So his next run is in 45 minutes. It's getting a little harder, isn't it, Adam?
No.
Come on, Adam, it's getting a little harder.
Just the problem with the last run was I was cramping. So, I mean, I guess I just got to have more water and electrolytes. The calves and Achilles are starting to be sore, but I've been dealing with that for the last, 8 years of my life, so it's not like I can't deal with it. So that's the only issue right now, and then I'll eat once I get back. So I'm able to eat in this challenge. I'm 24 and 24.
Yeah, last year he did a 24 and 24 challenge, and you really can't eat. You don't have time for it to digest or anything. So at least he can fuel himself this time, but we'll see. Anyway, so he's rolling out, doing that kind of stuff. Doug's at Bible study. Andrew's still sleeping. It was a long, emotional night last night. There was a huge memorial for the Gaudreau brothers at Andrew's school. There were thousands of people there from all over the place, all over. His school decided to do this, number one, to honor the graduates, of course, because they were graduates, and to try to take a little bit of the pressure off of other places. The funeral itself is private, and you need to get together to mourn, So the school put this on, and it was very, very nice, but incredibly crowded. The line was, through Gloucester. They did a really nice job, though. The gym looks beautiful. And there was a prayer service and everything. So it was on every single solitary network. They did not allow cameras inside the gym, but they let them in before the memorial started. So if you're interested, you can look up any of the local TV stations, 6 ABC, 10 NBC, I think it is, Fox 29. They all had something about it. But anyway, so he's still sleeping. I'm feeding my sourdough. I'm thawing some bacon. I want to get breakfast going. Adam's going to eat after his next run. I need to clean up the kitchen a little bit. We were out of here kind of quick last night. So, and then I need to, what else do I need to do today? I don't know. I have to figure it out. I have to make some bread, I think. We're going to Mass tonight. Played Pinochle last night, you saw. So, anyway, I have things I want to get done. I'll bring you along for anything interesting, and I will also give you some updates about my neck MRI and thyroid stuff. So I'll be back because I have no brain, because I have not had any tea yet today. I told you Doug had to go to Home Depot to get parts. So last night we're sitting there playing Pinochle. It was probably around 11, I guess. Adam called. He's like, there's something going on in the basement. He's like, I heard a noise, and I went down. The pipe coming from the outside spigot had a leak. Thank goodness it was like a pinhole leak, we think. We're sure, yeah. I mean, because nothing's soaking wet. There was like a mist coming out of it. This is the second time that this has happened. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Now, when our house was plumbed originally, so when we built this house, it was a spec house. The builder started building it. We jumped in and bought it, but we didn't hire our own contractors. He did all that. The plumber he was using in the middle of building the house was in an accident. He was drunk driving and he killed a girl. So he was put in jail. So they had to find another plumber, and apparently he didn't find a good one because the plumbing in our house is a hot mess. We have fixed so many things over the last 20 years. 20 years? 20 years? 22 years? 21 years? 21 years. It was 21 years in June, I think. Anyway, so, yeah. So Doug's stopping at Home Depot. I mean, thank goodness my husband can fix stuff like this and we don't have to call a plumber because, man, plumbers are expensive. So Doug can fix it. Just one more thing to add to the list. Just one more thing. Yesterday, he spent hours changing out. We should have just bought a new door. We should have just bought a new screen door. But the handle broke. Once again, that's 21 years old. See, this is what happens. The handle broke, so he bought a new handle. It was not lining up exactly right. So it took him hours to fix the handle. But now it's fixed and it's great. But we should have just bought a new door, I think. Of course, this was a much cheaper option. But anyway. Yeah. So that's what's going on. It's always something here. Cannot catch a break. Cannot catch a break. But my sourdough's waiting for me. So let me go feed that. And Doug just texted me, actually. Oh, I hope it's not bad news. I'll catch you later. Getting the bacon started. I can cook this and just set it aside, and then when everybody's ready to eat, when Doug gets home, when Adam gets home from the 9 o'clock run, then I'll make I think we're having breakfast quesadillas this morning. That seemed to be the consensus, so that's probably what we'll do. But I wanted to get the bacon going. This is our homemade bacon. I am not loving this one this time. I bought the pork belly at the butcher instead of at Costco, and it just wasn't, the shape wasn't as nice. It just, as you can, like, it doesn't really even, I don't know. I didn't love it, but we're certainly not going to waste it. like we don't have those nice slices like we do from the Costco ones. There's a pork butcher 2 towns over. I might go to him and see what kind of pork belly I can get from him. I don't know. I might just stick with Costco. The reason I stopped with Costco's is because they don't take the skin off of their pork belly anymore. But I had the butcher take the skin off of this one, and I think that's what kind of messed up the shape of the pork belly. So I might just have to stick with Costco with the skin. We'll see. But I'm going to get all this cooked up, put it aside, and then work on the other things. While the bacon's cooking, let's see if we have any eggs. It's a little bit early. Good morning, Hershey. Hello, Edna. It's a little early for eggs, but we'll see if there's any in here. Kick Broody Girl out of her box because, you know, we got another Broody Girl. Oh, good morning, ladies. 1, 2, 3. This is the broody one right here. Nope, nothing under her. Nothing under her. Nope, no eggs yet. Like I said, it's a little bit early for eggs. Oh, I have some Happy Meal to show you. You know, we have all these, oh, you can't see through the chicken signs on our coop that you guys have sent us. We love putting them out here on the coop. And I got another one the other day. I'll show you my Happy Mail later on. And it's another sign for the coop. Okay, let's check and see how this is doing. Next up, I'm frying up some onions and peppers on the Blackstone. I just threw them right on top where the bacon was. There was a lot of water in them because they were frozen. So I'm trying to cook that water off and then get them nice and sauteed up. Okay. I didn't bring out my tripod. I'll try to film this the best I can. Adam wanted 2 quesadillas. Of course he did. So I just threw 2 tortillas. These are not homemade tortillas because I just didn't have the time this morning. Just threw 2 of those on the grill and just kind of getting those a little heated up because they were frozen. And then I'm going to put my eggs and my cheese and my fillings on there, fold them over, and cook them. The next accessory I want to get for the Blackstone eventually are those little domes. If you have a Blackstone, let me know. Do you have those little domes? And they look really cool. Like you put the dome over the food and that kind of acts like a lid to help to melt cheese and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I should ask for my birthday. Doug has been bugging me. What do I want for my birthday? You know what? I think that's what I'm going to tell him. I want a Blackstone dome. Good. See, talking things out helps. Okay, let me get these eggs on. Okay, that didn't go as smoothly as I hoped, but that's okay. They're looking really good. I'm just waiting for the cheese to melt, and then we'll serve them up. I think I should have brought out the hamburger press maybe and pressed them down a little bit. They're kind of thick, but they're still going to taste delicious. Okay, last but not least, Mama is getting fed. So, like I said, I made the breakfast quesadillas. There's 1 egg, 1 tortilla, about 2 tablespoons of shredded cheese. I didn't measure it. Half a slice of deli ham and sauteed onions and peppers. I have a little bit of sour cream here to dip it in and a little bit of bacon. And of course, cheese. That is breakfast this morning. Even though I have a ton of stuff to do inside, it's kind of nice today. It's a little muggy, but it's supposed to rain later, so I want to get the coop cleaned out. I want to be outside. I don't want to be cooped up inside. Get it cooped up. So I think I'm going to give the coop a quick clean out. Not a super duper deep clean like we did before. Like, I'm not going to power wash or anything, but I am going to get rid of all the old bedding, put all nice and fresh in. Well, here we go again. We have tried to break Miss Broody Girl, but it ain't happening. So I just put in a phone call to Jason, to the average J. Yep, he's going to bring me over 4 fertilized eggs when he gets home from his errands. And we're going to let Broody sit on them and see what happens. Whew, I feel human again. I am showered, shampooed, and shined and feel human. Oh my gosh. It was so nice out, but it was really humid and it's hard work cleaning out a coop. So it's all done. It's all good. Waiting on Jason to bring me some eggs. Doug went to run an errand. He forgot to take his suit this morning when he went out. So he's dropping his suit off at the dry cleaner. Adam is out for run number, I don't know, 5. His 1 o'clock run. He's having an issue. I really hope he can finish. He is getting chafed. It's a runner problem. And he thought he kind of knew what to do. And I don't know. I don't know. Praying for him. We'll see what happens. But he is running to his friend Michael's house, which is 4 miles away. He's going to hang out there. And then he's going to run home. So that's what he's going to do. Andrew has to go to his church where he's employed this weekend. He has to do one more little speech. He has all his teachers and everything, but just one more speech about the beginning of the religious ed year and all that. So he's going to go do that. And Adam, of course, will be running tomorrow. He's going to go to 7:30 Mass so he can fit his 9 o'clock run in. But tomorrow is the first breakfast, and my guys are omelet makers. Neither one of them are going to be there, just Doug. We have 3 omelet makers, and it's my 3 guys. So somebody else will step up. But, you know, they hate to miss the first one. But what are you going to do? It happens. So Doug and I are going to 5 o'clock Mass tonight. We both have ministries. Doug is lector, and I am extraordinary minister. And now we're just going to do nothing. And actually, I might do that right now. I really, really should mix up some cookie dough batter, but my heart is not in this market this weekend. I know. I'm just tired today. I didn't sleep great last night. But I think I'm going to sit down for a little while, kind of chill for a half hour. Then I'll be in the mood to make the cookie dough, and that'll be one less thing I have to do tomorrow. Okay, Jason and Michelle just dropped these off, and now it is pouring down rain and is going to storm, but I got to get these out there and under her so they stay warm, so wish me luck. Well, that didn't go as planned. So much for doing my hair and getting all, you know. Look. Yeah. It is a monsoon. Oh, you can't see. It is a monsoon. I'm gonna go dry my hair and get some warm clothes on. Guys, resting up. He's got his muscle gun. He's got his roller.
I already had the caffeine, and now I just replaced it with water. I am 28 miles in. I have 20 to go. I'm feeling okay. Just tired, really.
I told him you had a little chafing.
Yeah, a little bit of chafing, but what are you gonna do? I'm at 31,000 steps for the day.
Oh my gosh.
I have burned 4,200 calories.
Oh my gosh.
And now I'm here. Honestly, as soon as tomorrow hits, like even 1 a.m., I'm smooth sailing. Yeah, I know. You just made a face behind the camera. You can't see it, and that's super cocky of me to say, but I don't know. I feel confident, not cocky. I feel confident.
Yeah, there's storms moving in, so his next run may be on the treadmill. He usually does the 9 p.m. outside, but there's storms moving in, so he might have to hit the treadmill for 9 and 1. So
plus, I'd like to maybe slow myself because I've been taking these runs a little bit too fast for my liking. So the treadmill is a good way to slow me down. So.
Yeah, so it might not be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get changed and we're gonna get some dinner in us. Okay, dinner time. I'm having a tiny little bowl, like 3 spoonfuls of stuffed pepper soup. We thought it was beef barley soup, but it's not. It's stuffed pepper. I had it marked wrong. And half of a porkette sandwich. Well, friends, even though it is late, it is almost 8:30. I'm tired. I decided to get a jump on baking tomorrow, and I am mixing up the dough for my sourdough chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, I don't really feel like it, but I know it'll help me tomorrow, just having that done, and they can be cooking in the oven while I am doing other things. So my future self will thank me for this, even though I really don't feel like doing it. If I didn't say Monday's a market, that's why I will be baking all day tomorrow. All day. I will try to show you something new. I am making a couple new things, so I'll try to show you, but not a real exciting weekend for you guys. Hopefully it's next weekend. Yeah. You know what? I could go for a little boredom in my life. I think I still have to give you my health update, right? I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll do, and I'm fine. I'm fine. Happy Meal tomorrow. So anyway, I'm calling it a night. Good night. Good Friday morning, my friends. Friday. Oh my goodness. Sunday morning, very early Sunday morning. I am getting ready to start baking for the market tomorrow. I did do that chocolate chip dough last night. I'm so glad I took the time to do that. So glad I took the time to do that. So I'm just going to keep turning those over as I'm getting other stuff done. First thing I'm going to do is sandwich bread. Get that out of the way. And then just start everything else. I kind of have a schedule. Andrew's getting ready. He has to speak at both masses at the church that he's the religious ed director at this morning. So he's getting ready to go there. Adam just went to our church for 7:30 mass so he can get home and do his 9 o'clock run. He has 2 more runs left. He's feeling it, my friends. He is feeling it. Yeah, he knew this 5 a.m. one was going to be probably one of the toughest, and the 9 a.m. one, he thinks the 1 o'clock, his last one, will be pretty good because he'll have all that, like, this is the last one. So he's doing good. I'm so freaking proud of that kid. Oh my gosh. So proud of him for doing this. What else? Yeah, I'm just going to be baking all day. Pretty much. Baking all day. Did not sleep well at all. I think because of Adam, like hearing Adam, he's very quiet, don't get me wrong, but like I heard him get up for his 1 o'clock run that he did on the treadmill, and then I heard him get up for his 5 o'clock run, which he did outside. So I just didn't sleep well last night, so I'm tired. I need to get some electrolytes in me and some tea in me, and we are just gonna start baking. He's back. He just did his 9 o'clock. How many more you got to do?
1 more left, 4 miles.
Yes. How you feeling?
Yeah. The bottom of my feet hurt pretty bad. My left foot especially, but beyond that, just a crazy cramp that I've had since like 20 miles. Yeah, I've had a cramp since about 20 miles, and I've been running with it ever since. Nothing is seeming to get it away, but there's only 4 miles left, so I'm just going to suck it up at this point. My calves and Achilles hurt when I'm not running, but then as soon as I do start running, that pain goes away. So, I'm right there.
What's your plan for when you're done?
Have some salt bath and do as little walking as possible.
I told him to just lay on the couch and watch the Phillies game.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, bud.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to make some apple fritter bread. I thought I'd show you how to do it. First, we're going to make the streusel topping. So it's 1/3 of a cup of light brown sugar packed and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're just going to mix that together, and we're going to set that aside. Okay, we're going to set that aside, and we're going to get started on the cake part. Okay, in our bowl, I have a 1/2 cup of softened butter, which is 1 stick, and 2/3 cup of granulated sugar, and we are going to put the mixer on and cream it until it's smooth. Okay, that's good enough. Now we're going to add in 2 eggs, 1 at a time. And then we're gonna add in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla and let that mix. Then we're gonna turn it off and push it aside. And yes, if you can see my iPad over there, I am watching Sandy over at Life with Sandy. Okay, we're gonna put that aside and start on our dry ingredients. Okay, for our dry ingredients, I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And then I'm gonna do 1 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm gonna give that a quick stir. And we are going to incorporate that into our butter mixture. We're gonna let that mix until the flour is combined. And now we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of milk. Okay, once that's all combined, we're gonna push this aside and we are going to prepare our apple mixture. The next thing we're going to prepare is the apple filling. I know it seems like a lot of steps, but it's really quick. So I've got 2 apples peeled and chopped fine. Now I am chopping them fine because I'm making mini loaves. You don't have to chop them this fine if you're making one big loaf, which is what the recipe calls for. Anyway, I have 2 apples in there chopped, and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I think there's cinnamon in every layer of this. Oh no, there's none in the cake, I don't think. And then we're just gonna mix that up really well. So all of our apples have the cinnamon sugar mixture on them. And we are gonna set that aside. Now, because I am doing this for a market, I like to make sure things are exactly the same size. If I was making this for home, I would definitely skip this next step, but because it's for the bakery, I'm going to weigh out everything. So what I'm gonna do, let me just get everything ready. Okay, I have my little pans prepared. Like I said, I'm doing mini loaves. You do not have to do this step if you're just making one big loaf, but like I explained, I'm doing it for the bakery. So I did my math and I need to put 122 grams of batter in the bottom of my pan. These are greased, by the way. Oops, a little too much there. 122 is what works for how much I have. Okay. And then I'm just going to spread that out along the bottom. Okay, next we are going to add in some of our chopped apples. You can be pretty generous. Just make sure you do like 1 layer right on the top there. And then we're going to take our topping. Spread some of that. Our sugar cinnamon topping. And then we're going to put another layer of cake batter. And we're just going to smooth that out. And I will link this recipe down in the description box below. Some more apples. You want to push your apples down into the batter a little bit. And then finally, top it with some more of the sugar mixture. We're going to get all 3 of these done. Like I said, if you're just making one, that's what the directions are written for. And then we're going to bake these in a 350-degree oven. Okay, there he goes. The last 4 miles. Here he comes. "48 miles in 48 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, taking a break from baking to have a little bit of lunch. I just have a small Kaiser roll with ham and cheese, and it's a hot ham and cheese. I heated up the ham, I threw it on a cookie sheet, put it in the oven, then put it on the roll, put a piece of cheese on there, put it back in the oven and melted it. I was really in the mood for a hot ham and cheese, although I forgot to put tomato on it. So I'm eating this. I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes. Then I'm going to clean up the kitchen. Are you ready for this? I'm going to show you. It's not pretty, but this is how I cook. I know it's going to make Kim crazy because she cleans as she goes. And I generally sort of do too, but I had 2 things going. So yeah, we're a little bit messy, but that'll get cleaned up in 5 minutes. But I've gotten a lot done. Although my banana bread did not turn out. Womp womp. So we're not having banana bread. But all of my apple fritter breads look great. My pumpkin pecan strudel breads look great. My cookies are the best I've ever made. And that's for the chickens. And we've got the bread rising. So doing really, really well. Like I said, just going to do a quick cleanup of the kitchen. I'm going to start on the chai bread and on the English muffins. So this guy's helping and resting at the same time. He's doing the English muffins on the Blackstone for me. But what did we decide? It takes too long on the Blackstone. So we're going to do them inside. Just it's definitely quicker inside. It's
hard to regulate the temperature to get right. They're either cooking too fast on the outside or they're taking forever on the inside.
Yeah, so we're just going to do them in the house from now on. I have one more tray. I'm going to just do them in the house. But thanks, bud. So we are taking a break from market prep. And we are making dinner. Doug is making fried rice on the Blackstone. I'm going to do some, we were going to also do the steak out here too, but I think it'll be a little too much for him. So I'm going to do the steak in the house while he does the rice. And we're going to do some of those Trader Joe's vegetable nests. And I think it's going to be absolutely delicious. I am so excited. And there is dinner. Fried rice on the Blackstone. I haven't tasted it yet. Has anybody tasted it? Mm-hmm. Is it good? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Everybody has food in their mouth. There's the hibachi steak, Adam's Yum Yum sauce, and the Trader Joe's bird's nest. Good morning. It is now Monday morning. You can see what I did all day yesterday, but you knew that. I am exhausted. And my bread was a big fail, so I need to redo that this morning, which I already started before the babies got here. One's not coming until like 10:30, so I only have one little guy here. It's easy to throw bread in the mixer with him here because it's really hands-off. But we've got our pumpkin strudel, our pecan pumpkin strudel breads. We've got our chai bread, our apple fritter bread, our Jewish apple cakes, sourdough chocolate chip cookies, and pumpkin spice scones. So, yep, doing pretty good. One of these days, I will get back to finishing a video on the day I should finish it. But that is not right now, my friends. It is not. Now I know why a lot of these YouTubers never tell you what day it is. They never... Because if you notice, they're in different clothes like 5 times throughout the video because it takes them a week to film it. I'm starting to feel that. I really, really am. The weekend vlog, it is now Tuesday. And we're just finishing it up because, well, because life happens. The market just, it just killed me this time. My heart wasn't in it. So, and let me tell you, it was the worst market I've had yet. Not me personally, like everybody. I think because school's back in session, and activities are back in. So it was not well attended at all. None of the vendors did well. I mean, I did okay. I made a profit, but not like it has been. So I'm really questioning doing the October one, but that's for another day. I just wanted to catch you up on 2 quick things. I wanted to show you a little bit of Happy Mail and let you know what was going on with my neck. So I'll show you the first thing. This is from Tammy Joy. Of course, it's a chicken. Actually, that's a rooster. And it says, his mercies are new every morning. It's a Bible quote from Lamentations. So thank you, Tammy Joy. That is going to go out on the chicken coop with all of our other signs. Most of them that you guys have sent us. I love it. I think they look so cute out there. And from Lynn, I mentioned this this YouTube channel in a video, like off the cuff. And Lynn sent me her book, Natasha's Kitchen. If you've never seen her YouTube channel, it's good. She does that's how I learned how to make a poached egg, from Natasha's Kitchen YouTube channel. So she sent me her cookbook. It is wonderful. I've only paged through a couple pages. I want to sit down one of these nights when Doug is at school, maybe Thursday night. I just want to sit down with it and a cup of tea and read through the whole thing cover to cover, because I read cookbooks like people read regular books. So I'm excited about that. So thank you guys so much. Truly, truly heart-touching, and appreciate it. I got a little guy eating breakfast. Real quick on my neck and everything. So I told you I was having a thyroid ultrasound. I had the thyroid ultrasound. I forgot to give him his milk. Hold on. We'll see if we can get through this. I had my thyroid ultrasound, and most of my nodules stayed the same size, but one of them grew exponentially. So now I have to have a biopsy. Never ends. I am actually going to go to a nodule clinic at MD Anderson. There's a leading doctor there who specializes in nodules. So I have a consult appointment on the 14th of October with her, and then they'll schedule the biopsy if she feels that it is needed. My family doctor felt it was needed. We're going to go to the specialist, see what she thinks. I'm guessing as much as it grew, it's going to be needed. But anyway, that's not till October 14th. So that's on the back burner because we got too much going on before then. My neck, had the MRI, so much arthritis in my neck and back, which I'm not surprised. But there is showing impingement and swelling and stuff around a couple discs. So they're sending me to a spine specialist. Now, I will say I have no pain anymore. No pain at all. I still get the numbness in my left arm, but not like I did before. I mean, before it was constant, now not so much. So everything we did definitely helped. So I'm going to go see the specialist, see what they say. But I feel, honestly, like before, on a scale of 1 to 10, my pain was a 9. There's no pain now, and then the numbness is like a 2. So I feel like we made some good strides with that. But my gosh, you turn 56 and you fall apart. I can't imagine if we didn't eat right and we didn't exercise and all that, because I don't even know what I'd be like. But I mean, a lot of this stuff has been going on for years, like with the thyroid and all. My sister had thyroid cancer, so you know, I really keep up with that. And that's why I take Synthroid, because of all the nodules. They say that nodules reduce the effectiveness of your thyroid gland, and that is why I am on a synthetic thyroid, and that's why I've been since 2012, I think, is when they discovered a couple nodules. So yeah. Anyway, that's the update on that. Doug has his last chemo this week. These chemos have really knocked him for a loop. So yeah. So he has that. And then October 2nd, we meet with the surgeon and the oncologist to talk about reversal surgery. So hopefully that will happen. And Monday night, he gets his special DNA blood test. I don't know if I told you guys about this. There's this new technology out where they draw blood and they actually look at the DNA in the blood to search for cancer cells. It's new technology. They don't put 100% trust in it because it is so new, but they said it is amazing. They still do scans and everything else. Like, hopefully this will replace all the scans and everything you have to get. So he actually has a CAT scan scheduled, chest and abdomen, and he's going to have this special blood test. It takes 4 weeks for the results to come back, though. And he has to have that every 3 months. So, you know, just one more thing to worry about. So that's what's going on here. Boys are doing good. Yeah, so that's that. I'm going to end this weekend vlog now that it's Tuesday. I know, guys. I'm sorry. I will get my act together. I promise. It's on my to-do list. Get act together. And I literally wrote that down. But, oh, I want to show you real quick. You know, Krista, my bestie. I talk about her all the time. How cool is this? She got me for my birthday. I didn't put the straw in it. It's one of the glass tumblers with the bamboo lid. And it says, "To my bad bestie, because of you, I laugh a little harder, cry a little less, smile a lot more. Thank you for being my unbiological sister." And then on the back, it's us. How cool is that? I love this. Oh, and the card she got me, bawled my eyes out. Anyway, I'm going to get, oh my goodness, somebody's got pancakes all over the place. You got pancakes all over the place? He does. So I'm going to end this here, and I will see you guys in my next video.